Welcome, Wayward followers. I'm Alana.
I'm Stephen.
I'm Susan.
And I'm Amanda.
We're here today to show you some of the most significant evidence that was recovered from our last investigation at the Pioneer Village in Wilberforce. So we've captured some pretty amazing evidence and we'd like to share that with you today. So first we have some interesting photos to show you.
Now you can see what looks like the small table next to the altar appears to be blue and blurry. The reason it is blue is because we were using some ultraviolet lights at the time, and UV light can bring whites out as luminescent and blue in darkness. What is odd about this photo is the fact that not only is the table luminescent and out of focus, the rest of the photo is clear. We have no explanation for this.
The next photo shows we had the camera facing towards the front door. In the photo to the left of the screen you can see what looks like a large mist forming. There is no mist, fog, visible breath or anyone smoking at this time.
This photo was taken directly after the previous. As you can see, this strange mist-like shape has increased in size, looks to be producing its own light. There was nothing in front or to the right of the camera for the flash to bounce off of. The mist appears to produce its own shadow, even blocking the bottom half of the photo. Out of more than 2,000 photos taken during the night, this was the only time anything like this happened.
So we have some audio that we've captured in the church. We were conducting an EVP session. So for those of you who don't know what EVP actually stands for, it stands for Electronic Voice Phenomena. We were trying to capture spirit voices or some unexplainable noises. In this session we were all standing in front of the altar.
We were all pretty much in line with the altar.
In line with the altar, and we were all asking questions, and at this time Stephen became very ill for no apparent reason. We all felt very unwelcome and uneasy in this place. We all heard what sounded like footsteps walking up the main aisle of the church. It was captured on one of our voice recorders that was left on the table. Another voice recorder had also just previously been turned off on its own with no explanation. This is the audio that we're going to play for you now that was captured on the voice recorder that was left on. See what you think you can hear.
I've just started this again. Did you turn my recorder off?
It sounds like to me footsteps down the main aisle.
We thought we could hear shuffling footsteps. Not only did we hear this in real time with our own ears, but we also caught it on a digital recorder.
Next up we have some video from the school. We left a video camera inside the school with two trigger objects, a ball and a stuffed animal, hoping that the kids of the school might want to play. We all left, locked the door behind us and all headed back to base camp where we got ready for some group vigils and things like that at the other end of the village. Some interesting things recorded on the camera. We'll let you see what you can see first and we'll discuss from there. Have a look. Okay, now as you can see there, there's some weird sound interference, which makes the flashlight that we had there, which was a UV light, strobe in time. So that means that it wasn't just audio, it was a thumping, it had some sort of presence. That's very odd, we can't explain that at all. The other problem we have with this is it shut our cameras off after 5 minutes. That camera was set to record for 3 hours and only lasted 5 minutes. We think it's due to the noise. As you can hear, it does fade in and build. That is unaltered in any way. that is exactly as it was captured. It's very bizarre.
In the audio for this video, you can hear an unexplained audio interference. The interference was only picked up in the school. The interference was picked up on several cameras and voice recorders.
In our last piece of evidence that we have, but certainly not the least, we caught this in the school again. It was another camera. As before, same as before, our camera shut off, only this time it shut off at 10 minutes. There was no reason for it whatsoever.
While trying to capture video for a group session in there, didn't find anything in that session simply because we were too occupied with changing the batteries in our damn cameras. It's interesting. I held my camera. That's the same camera we use for the next video. That camera recorded for 28 minutes straight without a problem. During that 28 minutes, I think all 3 of your cameras were shut off numerous times, and every time we went to turn it back on, the batteries were drained. I think we went through 40 odd.
45?
45 batteries.
Yes, thanks for that. Because they're cheap.
Your camera at the front we actually had on the ball and the dog thing.
Yes.
That is what shut off the most. Like, it just kept going. We turn it on, it turned
The
on.
only camera that didn't turn off is the one I was holding. Any other camera I touched turned off.
Yeah.
Only after he touched it.
Only after I touched it, yeah.
It was strange.
Yeah,
Keep him away from everyone's batteries.
We don't allow him near anything anymore.
We'll shoot to that video, we'll play a snippet of it, and we'll discuss some stuff. So yeah, take a look at that. So what you just seen there was just a snippet of what we captured. What comes next, we were shocked by.
So there you have it. That's some of the most significant evidence that we caught of the night.
We hope you've enjoyed watching.
We at Wayward would love to shoot a special thank you to Helen, Debbie and Rita. Thank you so much for everything you did on the night, and thank you to all the volunteers who run the Pioneer Village. You guys are amazing. It's a beautiful place during the day and a very active one at night, so hopefully some of you join us on the next one.
Stay tuned with us for updates for our next team investigation, which will be at Quarantine Station. Dates and information for the public tours and investigations will be uploaded shortly, so stick with us for that. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. Stay wayward, and we will see you soon. Bye.
Make sure you hit us up on
Twitter,
Facebook,
And Instagram.
links below.
My footsteps.